Dear students, today let us learn the story entitled Landscape of the Soul from the textbook Hornbill. The story has been written by Nathalie Trobery. The author Nathalie Trobery is an art historian who came in limelight because of her translated work City of Danes, a book by William Dalrymple. She is the wife of Belgian ambassador to India. She has traveled various cities of the world with her husband. She holds a master's degree in history of art and archaeology from University of Belgium. She plans to write her next book on old Delhi architecture like Jama Masjid and Chandni Chowk. 8th century painter Wu Deozie was asked by the Tang Emperor Zhuzong to paint a landscape to decorate a palace wall. The master hid his work behind a screen. Only the emperor could see it. The emperor admired the wonderful scene. He discovered forests, high mountains, waterfalls, clouds floating in the enormous sky, men on hilly paths, and birds in flight. Then the painter asked the king respectfully to look in a cave at the foot of the mountain. He said a spirit lived there. The painter clapped his hands. The entrance to the cave opened. The painter remarked that the cave was very splendid from inside. He offered to show the way to His Majesty. The painter entered the cave, but the entrance closed behind him. The emperor was astonished. Before he could move or speak a word, the painting had vanished from the wall. Not a sign of Wu Deozie's brush was left. The artist was never seen again. This was his last painting. Take another famous Chinese story about a painter. He would not draw the eye of a dragon he had painted. He feared that it would fly out of the painting. Such stories played an important part in China's traditional education. The books of Confucius and Zhu Jiangyi are full of them. In 15th century, Antwerp, a skilled blacksmith named Quentin Mastis fell in love with a painter's daughter. The father of the girl would not accept his son-in-law in such a profession. One day, Quentin went into the painter's studio secretly. He painted a fly on the master's latest painting. It was painted with delicate realism. The painter took it for a real one. He tried to hit it away. Then he realized the matter. He took Quentin as an apprentice. Then Quentin married his beloved. He went on to become one of the most famous painters of his age. The above stories from China and Flanders illustrate what each form of art is trying to achieve. In Europe, the aim is a perfect illusionistic likeness. The Chinese emperor gets a painting painted. He appreciates its outer appearance. The artist reveals to him the true meaning of his work. A Western painting reproduces an actual view. The European painter wants the beholders to look at a particular landscape from a specific angle, that is, exactly as he saw it. The Chinese painter does not choose a single viewpoint. His landscape is not a real one. One can enter it from any point and travel in it in a leisurely movement. This is more true in the case of horizontal scroll. Here, one slowly opens one section of the painting, then rolls it up and moves on to the other. This adds a dimension of time. It also requires the active participation of the viewer, a participation which is physical as well as mental. The European painter wants the viewer to borrow his eyes. The Chinese painter does not want him to do so. He wants the viewer to enter his mind. The landscape is an inner one, a spiritual and conceptual space. This concept is expressed as sansui, which literally means mountain water. Used together, they represent the word landscape. The mountain is yang, while the water is yin. The interaction of yin and yang is a fundamental notion of Taoism. There is a third essential element also, the middle void, where their interaction takes place. This can be compared with the yogic practice of pranayam, breathe in, retain, breathe out. The suspension of breath is the void where meditation occurs. The middle void is essential. Nothing can happen without it. Hence, the white unpainted space is very important in Chinese landscape. Man finds a fundamental role in this space between heaven and earth. He becomes the medium of communication between both poles of the universe. His presence is essential. He is the eye of the landscape. French painter Jean Dubuffet first created the concept of art brut or raw art in the 1940s. Then the art of untrained visionary was of minority interest. This particular type of work is the creation of those who have no right to be artists, as they have received no formal training, yet they show talent and artistic insight. The work of 80-year-old Neek Chand is India's biggest contribution to outsider art. He has made a garden sculpted with stone and recycled material. It is known to be the world today as the Rock Garden at Chandigarh. His art has been recognized as an outstanding testimony of the difference a single man can make when he lives his dream. Now the message that the story Landscape of the Soul bears. From the lesson, we learn that art is an infinite form which has a rich history and it cannot fit inside any certain box or level. It has a life of its own. Now the glossary, that is meanings of the difficult words. Dwells means lives, stage. Splendid means very impressive, superb. Astonished means greatly surprised or impressed. Disciple means a follower or a pupil of a leader. Teacher. Anecdote means a short interesting story of a real person. Flanders means a medieval country in Western Europe. Antwerp means a city of northern Belgium. Delicate realism means the quality of art that makes it seem real. Sweat means heat or crush something. Apprentice means trainee, learner. Illusionistic likeness means an illusion created which resembles something. Figurative painting means metaphoric representation of an art. Leisurely means unhurried or relaxed. Conceptual space means relation with an abstract representation. Taoism means a Chinese philosophy based on the writings of Lao Tzu. Void means empty or vacant. Conduit means channel or tube. Oppressed means burdened or worried. Lofty means tall or high.